I did a little poll or whatever on Facebook, basically asking for suggestions on what to talk about or whatever, and I had somebody give me a topic that I want to touch. If you watching Samantha, can't think of your name, full name, but I know Samantha. All right, but accountability.
I don't want to talk about
Why not?
You don't know how to do it.
it because
You don't know
it's
what it is.
it's like beating a dead horse.
What you mean?
People, I'm not gonna say everybody, but a lot of people only take accountability for what they want to take accountability for.
Correct. So, do you feel as though you are an accountable person in a relationship?
Samantha,
Yes.
that fire cruise.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So, when is the last time? Are you in a current relationship?
No.
Okay. But when you were, have you ever told your nigga, you know what? I was wrong. I was 100% wrong. You was right.
Yeah.
With no buts.
With
Yeah.
no hesitation,
With
without
no,
it
but
tearing
such
your
and such
soul,
and such.
tearing your
Yeah.
soul
Okay.
out.
Yeah. I don't mind stating when I'm wrong, but you can't just tell me, no, you wrong. You gonna have to explain to me why you feel like I'm wrong.
So it ain't gonna be like pulling teeth.
Mm-mm.
I find that hard to believe, cause when you get
But
on
when
something,
if
you be standing on business.
Cause if
But
I'm
that's
with
she
a
said.
nigga, like
But
for
it
my
goes back what she
nigga,
said. You gotta explain to her why she wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's why. That's why she be standing on business. Cause ain't nobody going in depth like, oh, you Sade, you wrong for this. Nigga, you just telling me why am I wrong then?
But so this the thing though.
What the
Even
evidence?
even with that, those people that can't reflect well or don't see wrong in self are very hard to even ever take accountability because they're never wrong.
and that's my thing. But some
That's
people
true.
do because if they see the right in, okay, if me and you in an argument, right, and I don't feel like accountability should just come when you're wrong.
But let me cut you off real quick. If we're arguing, off rip, we both think we right already. And so what I'm saying is a lot of the times once you think you're right from this alone, I've noticed it's hard to get you to turn that bitch over.
But I'm also understanding. I can think I'm right and still understand what you're saying. Oh, I can think I'm right and still understand what you're saying. And I can see what you're saying, but I still feel like I'm right. And whether
Okay, so overall, women, do you feel like women have accountability issues generally? Or you feel like generally most women will state, oh, I'm
yes,
wrong.
because I feel like in arguments, women do come forth and break the ice first.
In your relationships and past or whatever, just your experience, do you feel as though, and I kind of think I know the answer based off how you were kind of coaxing her a little bit, live up to their accountability?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I think women do not know how to be accountable. I do get what she's saying about evidence wise, but sometimes I just think like we're at an age where you see so much shit. Sometimes it's all right to say like, I was wrong for this. You know what I'm saying?
So
we have
I'm
experienced so
sorry.
much
I
shit.
don't mean to cut you off. I just want to stop you right there and ask you a quick question.
You do mean to cut me off. Then.
So in your past relationship, your last relationship, when y'all had a disagreement, who always broke the ice?
Me.
And I'm
That
going
was-
to chime in. It's normally me too.
See, I'm the type of person like if we get into an argument a couple minutes later, I'm gonna be on some shit like, you know what, da 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 da. Like I
But
might send you a text message.
now, I'm going to tell you this. I don't feel like that's nothing to do with accountability. Women just don't let shit go until they feel like they've gotten everything out that needs to be out. That's the part of letting it go.
And so it's crazy. So it's crazy that you asked. Mind you, I'm not a person who argues often. So like I probably count on my hands how many times we argued. But even if I did break the ice, and we spoke about vulnerability last time. It was more of me saying something I felt, and then it got switched on about me. It was never, I ain't gonna say never, but it was times where
Most of the time.
she didn't take accountability for what I was bringing up. She put it back on me. I'm just like, what about this situation right here? And that's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. I can tell by your face, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
So check this out. Check this out. You know, if me and you are in a relationship or whatever, and I'm like, you know what, baby, I've noticed that you haven't been keeping your nails up. Now I'm just making an example. You haven't been keeping your nails up, and you haven't been doing your toes or whatever, and you know that's something that I really held you like up here on because you always kept it at, and like that's really bothering me now because you know I'm really into nice hands and nice feet. Now, you know this is a true statement, and what he's saying as far as the deflecting part, if in that sense, instead of you saying accountability would be, you know what, baby, you're right, and I can get back on my shit and get my shit right. Instead, what you say is, well, nigga, you don't be keeping your damn beard.
I wouldn't say that. I would say.
I'm just saying you probably would, but I'm just saying like women in general, this is our experience.
How you
they
gonna,
use it as like a defense mechanism.
Yeah, how you gonna say something about my toes and nails when you ain't been getting no haircut lately and you ain't been like accountability?
But I ain't say shit. I just let it ride.
Yeah, but accountability would be absorbing what I say and taking it and say, because it's a fact. Now, it's not my fault that you didn't say anything that bothered you about me when you first noticed it. When I'm telling you something and it's a statement and it's factual and you can agree that it's factual, you just should absorb that and that's taking accountability for it. But if you always combat it with your own rebuttal, then it's kind of not being accountable at that point.
But if I rebuttal with that's not rebuttaling, but I would answer like, yeah, but most of the time, if me personally, I haven't did stuff like my nails and stuff, it's because maybe something came up to where I had to spend extra money. Or, you know what I'm saying, something like that. But I feel like, too, you should take accountability and say, baby, I noticed you haven't gotten this done. Do you need the money to do it? Because if I normally keep it up and I know that that's something, you know that that's something that you like, you take accountability and goddamn give me the money to get it done.
That sounds like a real flip.
Yeah, that sounds like it is
a flip, but I am noticing, I'm taking in what you're saying, but I'm giving you a way to fix it.
Instead of, that'll be the flip. So to the accountability part would be, and the best way to answer that would be not putting it on him, literally saying, well, baby, I'm going to be real with you. Funds been kind of tight lately. I know I've been a little off or whatever.
Good answer.
Nah, that would be it.
So listen. So it'll be like, baby, yeah, I get it. I know I have been falling off a little bit. And it's more so because, you know, my funds been a little tight. You know, this came up. I'll probably get back on it, but right now I just don't have the money for it. Now, it's supposed to be if the man decides to say, well, baby, you know, if I would have known that, I would offer, and he needs to offer that upon himself. But for you
I feel like you should offer it off the rip because
that's
you're
what I'm saying.
That's something that you want. I shouldn't have to tell you that I don't have the money because you should already know
how
that it's not being done because I don't have the money.
We don't know that's not the reason. Sometimes we assume that motherfuckers get comfortable inside a relationship and I got my nigga, I don't need to look good for nobody else.
So if your nigga ain't getting his hair cut, do you automatically say, here, baby, go get your hair cut because you know he ain't got the money?
Damn, baby, you need some money to get your hair cut or something.
But you say it in a fucking joking way.
No, baby.
You got a different personality than everybody else. You gotta understand that.
I don't care, but I'm just saying I can't speak for everybody else.
You speaking for all women right now.
You speaking for all women. No, the fuck I'm not.
You ain't got no counterpart, so you speaking for all women.
No,
right
I'm
now.
speaking for myself. I can't speak for the rest
so,
of these
okay,
bitches.
you know, we done hit on the women, and we both feel like, generally speaking, women have a very hard time of having the finger pointed at them and accepting it. I feel like overall. And that's the instances
before you get to the men, I just want to put this out there because I know we speaking on like one-on-one relationships, and most of the people who watch this know that I got a lot of like homegirls and shit. A another part of accountability is when women are, and this is what I hear all the time through my homegirls, steady blaming the man or a male, like a significant other, on what they doing and don't do. Part of taking accountability is saying, like, I saw these red flags in the beginning, but I went past these red flags. I went past these red flags. And so when we speak on accountability, I do want to point out, like, a lot of women need to take accountability for what they stuck around for. You know what I'm saying? And what they settled for. A lot of times we talk about accountability on right and wrong with inside a relationship, but I like to go on and be like, look, you in this position because of you. Yeah, he did wrong.
And why you still here though?
But you still here. You sticking around for this. You know, you gotta take accountability for what you allow.
Yeah.
You know, so I do want to put that on there.
And I want to put this on there too. Sometimes men need to take accountability for what they didn't tell someone, because sometimes men, they meet you and they paint a different picture of somebody that they're not, and they can only portray that role for 6 months.
That's true.
And then after 6 months, you a whole different type of nigga, and it's like, who is this nigga that I met?
That's true. Do enough to get you. You know.
So
what I'm saying?
what's the primary accountability issue for men? That is capping, basically, putting up a front.
Yes, and then like some guys and I don't know why they do this, because any smart woman would know, like, this is some bullshit, but they try to act like, you know, like, oh no, I just fuck with you, nigga. I know you ain't just fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? They try to. I feel like men, that's my biggest accountability issue. I feel like I have with men, that they don't take accountability for who they really are.
Or like after the fact, they don't take accountability for what they portrayed in the beginning.
Right.
Like,
and what I'm expecting now.
Like be real. Like, you did tell me this in the beginning, and that's why we're here now. I do get that point. Like,
right.
A lot of men do that.
So
you know?
you think
that's
niggas,
the only issue that
niggas
I've had.
have accountability in basically being liars?
Yeah, or like giving mixed signals, however you want to put it. Like, you did it, like I said before while she was talking, you did enough to get me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now that you got me, you don't want to do the same shit to keep me here.
I feel like that's go across the board generally though, as far as like we all get laxed after time goes on. Most of us, we get laxed. We just get like you get anything. You get a brand new car, the first 3 months you keep that bitch spick and span. After a while it's a little junky. You get a new house, it's new relationship. You here, and then after the time it's just like, all right, let's get comfortable, because sometimes you do put in extra work to win someone. It's like, now let me take off this.
So let's be real. Are you agreeing to what we're saying, or you not agreeing? Are you agreeing to what we're saying about men, or are you not agreeing?
I agree with the lying bullshit.
So,
I just don't,
because you can say, but so part of accountability is agree to it. Don't make it a general statement and be like, oh, we get lax with everything. You know what I'm saying? Part of accountability, and that's the thing that she's saying. Like, that's the issue of accountability. We're talking about something. Don't make it a general thing. Like, I feel like we get lax with everything.
Only reason is because we specified things that do target women. Men tend to have way less hard times saying, baby, I'm sorry. Baby, I was wrong. That's generally men, and generally women have a hard time saying that, oh, I was wrong, or I'm sorry. Getting laxed, I don't feel like that's targeted at men. I feel like, I mean, that is, and that's the only reason why I do have some like what we stated was target women, women target in general women. Which she stated with now the lying part, niggas is lying. That's why I said I agree with that.
Niggas don't get lax with it. I feel like women, okay, when you first, sometimes some women when they first meet a man, because I'm gonna give it to you whichever way. I'm gonna cook for you sometimes. I might buy you something to eat sometimes, whatever. But it's like with men, like with women, they don't get lax. They might just change up on how they do stuff. Like, they might start off cooking, but they might not cook, but they gonna make sure you got something to eat. Baby, do you want me to pick you up something? I'm going such and such place to give me something to eat. Do you want something?
So you tell me you don't think women get laxed in relationships?
No, I think they just may change up. They may do it different. Men will stop doing it, period. And that comes along with when you first start talking to a guy, you know, they telling you good morning. They asking you if you got lunch. They they doing this, they doing that. But sooner or later that stops. You know what I'm saying? A woman is not gonna stop it completely. They'll slow it down.
Okay. Okay. But so now on the same note, do you think they got anything to do with men being hunters and women being prey? Women don't have to do as much to win a man as a man has to do to win a woman.
I just feel like people idea about a man being this way and a woman being this way is bullshit.
What you mean?
Because I feel like
That's the best thing you said all night.
some cases